here.
Leave them on.
Yeah, we actually did this exercise the other day. What songs, like, what are Lenny Kravitz's top songs? It's like, does he have more than the one? That because American Woman, was it actually his or not? I thought it was a cover, but I can't remember now.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I was always under the impression that it was a cover, but then I think they gave him credits for it on Spotify, so I
All
don't
I
know.
know is we looked him up yesterday, the other week, me and Alex, and he is in his 60s and he looks like he was like sculpted out of clay.
Yeah, yeah,
He's like shredded.
yeah, yeah. Good job, Lenny. That a boy.
Yeah, you
Um,
know, he's just trying to get his niece ready for her bat mitzvah, you know. Her
yeah.
voice is a mess.
Is that his niece? I thought it was his daughter, like no Chloe Kravitz or something of that nature.
Well, I was giving you an Entourage quote.
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
When he's trying to get Lenny a job, and he was like, "Did you read the script? There's no dialogue. My shirt's off."
No,
They're in the synagogue.
Entourage is the one of many, but one of the big ones that you guys talk about. I can't keep up that one as much.
20th anniversary. You need to give it a watch.
20, how much?
It's been 20 years since it aired.
Jeez. Yeah, it's a good one. I've watched it all through before. The golf episode with Johnny Drama is still got to be number one, right?
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
There's a there's a clip of Julian Edelman at Tom Brady's house in the simulator, and he breaks Tom Brady's driver. And
Nice.
they've got like an old airing of a Patriots Super Bowl playing. He's like, "You want the good news or bad news?" He's like, "Bad news first." He's like, "I broke your driver." He's like, "What's the good news?" He goes, "We won the Super Bowl." He points at the TV.
Nice. Well, I don't normally drink coffee, but I've been in between things here today, so I was sipping on a just a regular coffee, and I'm gonna have to either move around here soon or my heart might explode.
It's not even that much caffeine in a coffee.
I don't know, whatever it does something to me every time. This was just a regular. I said, give me the simplest thing you got. So we'll see. Whew, but yeah, it's in there.
Well,
All right. So what do you got for us today?
oh, not much. Just, you know, tired of dealing with homeowners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homeowners are the entire business that we need them.
Yeah, I don't think we do. I think, New World Order, everybody should rent and be happy. You'll own nothing. I think it'll make everything much easier. Uh,
Then you'll just get bent over by the big corporations who will end
that's
up
fine. No, that's fine.
kicking you out and you won't have a job.
I already own. I just don't want anybody else to own because they're not educated enough to do so. But
Maybe.
that's obviously a sarcastic rant. No,
Cold,
it
cold
just
take for most, but there's well, but I've been talking to a few people lately about different things and different classes or education they want to do, or even buyers who are just asking questions, and it is alarming the amount of things that people do not know, just basic stuff.
yeah, it's wild how we're in an information age and then nobody has information
Well,
or
but
the correct information.
they all know the sales parts. They want to save money, this and that, but yet they buy and respond to every ad possible, and they spend all the money and they have all the stuff, but yet come after us for an underwriting fee. It's like those people need to get paid. They're part of this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, my rant is based off of just one client who a couple weeks ago calls. He wants a reshop. His insurance is going up. And I was like, yeah, I'll take a look for you. It doesn't renew until the end of July. So, and we were still in May at this point. He was like, no, we need to take care of this now. Like my mortgage, it got screwed up last time, escrow, all this. And I was like, I understand, but I have no control of your mortgage company. And so he starts like bitching at me, and I go, and I interrupted him. I go, hey, I'm trying to help you. Like you called me for help, so I can run numbers, and I'll give you a call tomorrow. He goes, okay. When he calls back in later that day to cancel his policy. And so I called him the next day and I was like, hey, see, you called to cancel. He's like, yeah, I found a better rate. And I was like, well, we discussed we were going to talk the next morning. He's like, well, I found something cheaper. Do you know who it's with? He goes, State Farm. I go, okay, well, you mind sending that to me just so I can see how we compare? Because I have a quote for you. He goes, I don't care. And I go, you don't care to send it to me, or you don't care, like, yeah, you'll send it. He goes, whatever you want. And I go, okay, well, can you email it to me? And I start reading off my email, and he goes, I'll have a pen. I go, all right, well, have a good day. And I hung up the phone. He texts me the quote. It's not with State Farm. It's through Farmers Insurance, through one of their subsidiary companies that we also work with. He has almost no liability coverage. He has no water coverages. His deductibles are through the roof, and it was only $1,200 cheaper. And I was like, I go, cool. You're no longer a client of mine. You canceled your policy. Not to mention, he canceled it effective the day we were talking, but the policy he sent me didn't start for another month. So
It's
you
gonna get
canceled. I no longer have any responsibility to help you.
He's gonna have forced place insurance from his mortgage company.
Hmm.
And if he thought he had problems before, he's going to have bigger problems now because that forced place insurance is going to be 5 to 10 times more expensive. And it's going to hit sometime 6 to 12 months down the road where they're like, hey, we did an analysis and it looks like you had a lapse of insurance at this time.
Hmm.
Um, and because of
Yeah. I mean, it was all because he couldn't be patient.
Yeah, did you hear me just then? Because my iPod, AirPods, just even if they're not even around, they just sometimes my phone says, "Yeah, we're connected to your AirPods." I'm like, they must be 20 miles away from here.
Sometimes my phone do that. Yeah, I mean, we caught the gist of it. The last
Forced
sentence you kind of
place
cut out, but
Yeah, so forced place insurance is going to be more expensive. They're going to do a 6 to 12 months down the road. They're going to do an analysis and say, we see that you had a lapse of coverage, so therefore we have to charge you this. Give us our money. And
yep.
there's nothing you can do about it. I had that happen to me. One of my first homes that I bought, just for I don't know who you want to blame, but let's call it either it was title company just didn't issue the check, or my old policy maybe or something like that just didn't get canceled. Some random administrative issue, and it's like, sorry about you. Here's that's a loss of 500, $600. You're like, whoa, I don't want to pay that. So yeah, but the same thing we were talking about last week with you reshop, if you protest your taxes or whatever, you got to call the escrow. This guy's having all his problems are coming because of escrow companies. Escrow companies are their rules are very tight, and they have
Yeah.
to be tight because it's a secondary market you're messing with here. So, you're basically messing with big time investors that are effectively trading on the stock market, and they win. You don't get to dictate what they have to say. Like, you're not going to be like, well, my Robinhood app was being funny today, so I want Microsoft to reissue me, the call price I had or something. You're like, that's not. Yeah, that's what they're asking us when they talk like this, and it's
Yeah.
really hard to explain that to a consumer who's going through these things for the first time. That this is complicated. There's a lot of steps. It's not going to happen in 1 second. You have to be patient. um, Hang with us. We truly are trying to help you. Whereas if you just called 1-800 insurance, type of a place, they're not really trying to help you. They're just trying to get through their day in a call center that sucks where they're getting yelled at all the time. So they don't care about you. Just like I was ranting last week about a builder, if they make you and force you to go with their lender and to give you incentives, that lender works for them, not you. That like there's a whole thing here to consider. And so truly, truly, if we understand the process, we understand all the people and all the things as a part of that process, and we're trying to circumvent it for you. My favorite thing is to save money and to make a big corporation lose money and then give it to you. So if we can do that, we're going to make it happen because it's fun. I
Hmm.
like watching big companies have losses. Like, I want that just as a general principle. So, but these people, and I've been that caller. I've been very upset. threatened. I've done whatever I can to try to get money back on a deal that has frustrated me. But you just have to learn that the systems are so big. Bureaucracy is so big. You've got to be patient. And if you're patient, you can take them to the cleaners because they don't care about your one deal when they're dealing with millions of deals. So just be patient and let people work. If you ask for something, this was your rant a few weeks ago. If you ask me for a quote, let me quote it. There's
Yeah.
some people that just are not going to get back to me at 5:30 on a Friday. I answered your call. I gave you tons of information. I told you we gotta wait till Monday by lunch or something, which is really less than a 24-hour business day turn time, which is really fast in industry.
Hmm.
Um, just let us do it. But if you get to Sunday and someone else says this, that, and the other, they have to go through the same process too. They're not open on Sundays. They have to get to Monday. So just let it play out.
Yeah. I mean, what people don't realize is a lot of the centers and headquarters that we deal with, I can't speak for you, but I imagine so because you go up to Detroit a lot. But for me,
Twice, well, not a lot.
3:30, well, I've never been, so it's a lot. 3:30, 4 o'clock on a Friday, they're closed.
Ours,
They're on the East Coast. They
well,
shut down.
so there are people like that. We have dozens of lenders. We could have hundreds if we want, but you don't want just junk. You want to make sure
Yeah.
you vet these people. Not all of them are great. So someone that says we have 200 lenders, you're like, wow, you close deals with 200 different lenders? Well, no, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So, but uh, some of them are like that, where it's East Coast, your rep, your underwriter, your setup person or whatever, that person is there and they're gone. See you later, 4:30 your time, 3:30 your time, whatever. But the really good ones have people that have fill in coverage when your person's gone. So like our main one, the one I visited that you referenced, they have coverage till 7 p.m. Central because they are coverage on West Coast time too. So the people who are really organized and truly the leaders in the industry, they have coverage for you. Or you have a really good rep that is like us. Well, that will answer our phone when we know you need us. Hey, I got to call you back. I'm, about to walk into church. It's Sunday morning, but we can call you back at noon. That people like that are out there in every industry as long as, but it is a people industry and it is truly, company to company. You could go in a room of 10 brokers and say, you use that company, I hate them. And somebody else is like, that's my favorite company. And it's all because we have different reps.
Yeah.
So that part's a big deal. But the good ones are covered from East to West Coast time, which is nice for us in Central.
Yeah. I mean, yours is a little bit more pertinent because it's dealing with closings and things like that. For us, I mean, State Farm's probably got a 24/7 number. Allstate's probably got, well, actually, Allstate, you can't call them. It's got to be a chat, which is the most annoying thing in the world. But some of these other smaller companies where you get competitive pricing, they're like, well, our office closes at 5 and we're in Jersey. So if you didn't get it submitted before 4 o'clock
Yeah.
our time, we're not going to see it. We're not
Well,
going to touch it.
think about talking to an attorney or a doctor. I just was talking to someone earlier today, kind of making fun of that. It's like, well, the doctor can see you in like October. He's available from like 10 to 10:31. What do you think?
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
we're here for you. We're trying to circumvent that kind of shit that we have to deal with on the back end. So if you want to go do it yourself, fine. But just beware. Beware of the coverage that they're promising you. Beware of the interest rate that they're promising you. I'm seeing I have a lot of my network is growing over the country as I get involved with more stuff. And I'm seeing these brokers all over the country experiencing the same thing. And they're getting a caller. They're saying they offered me a rate that's 0.5% or even a whole percent lower than your rate. Okay, let me see that loan estimate. Wow, did you know they're charging you $17,000 to get to that lower rate? And I've had that happen to me this year too on a refi. I told you about it was a solar company.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to get creative. Everyone wants to have more affordable stuff. There is a little bit of an affordability problem going on throughout the country. There's a lot of stuff in motion, whether it's going to help or hurt, it's to be determined. But there's a lot of that thing going on. So you just got to be patient. You got to read through. all the BS. Make sure you're really being taken care of. And if someone like us who's a small business, we might not have the lowest price on the market, but you're going to get service. When you go to the store, you choose a restaurant. That one's $2 extra for that dish. But you go there because you like it. It tastes better. It's got better quality ingredients. You get better service. All that matters.
Hmm. Yeah. It's,
Can you
yeah.
hear me? You're going slow.
No, I can hear you.
Okay. But that's it's the same for our industry. It's quality versus just, yeah, we have the cheapest of all time, but get in line with all the other hundreds of people right now at this very moment trying to book the meeting as well.
Yeah, and I mean it's all about patience. Like people, what you think is a problem now is not a problem. It may not be a problem. Um, it just you're not gonna if you're not gonna get a result on that phone call, the phone call can probably wait. Um, like I got a call from our call center
But
late last
but
night.
get but take the phone call, get the process started.
It depends on the situation. We have people call us at weird hours for claims, and I'm like, this can wait till tomorrow. The adjuster's not going to come out for 3 weeks anyway. Plus, I'm going to try to convince you not to file this claim. Like, why are you calling at 8 o'clock at night because you got rear-ended? It's like, does your car drive? Drive home. Go home.
Well,
File police
in
report.
in that case, you know, you could say it a little bit more diplomatically is, hey, take a step back, wait an hour. Do you still have the high emotions and want to do it, or have you calmed down and understood maybe the situation's a little different?
Well, convenience has taken control. That's a very isolated situation, type of situation for our
Oh, but
industry.
those are good examples because it is emotional. When you're angry and you've just been on hold for an hour and someone hung up on you and you're like, "Fuck, they didn't get my phone number. They're never calling me back. And I was gonna go do something else all day, but now I can't." That sucks, and you get really mad. You know, blah blah blah. So now you call Greg. You're like, "Hey, your call center lender that you put me with sucks, or the insurance company." You know, those are high emotions. So if you can take a step back for whatever emotional thing you're on, that's a good question. Can it ask yourself, could this wait till tomorrow? Or is there a hole in the roof and water is coming through and causing more damage? No, that cannot wait till tomorrow. So like just take a step back and ask.
Yeah,
Not a bad thought.
my favorite thing is when somebody calls to complain about their experience with the carrier with a claim, and my first response is, "You filed a claim? Why didn't you tell us?"
Yeah, always ask though. I mean, get
Like,
I'm a huge proponent of asking at least. I don't want someone to think, "Hey, don't call me because he's too busy." No, call me, ask me. I want to see the text message. I will reply. Um, let's figure it out because don't go do something rash that's actually going to cost you more money in the end.
yeah, that's what I tell my clients. Like, if it's a claim, I'm your first call.
I just kind of talked about that too the other day about college. You know, when you go, you're playing in. We played baseball in college together. One of the first speeches is, "This is a party town. There's a lot of things to do. You go out, stuff might happen. I'm your first call." The head coach, right? "Don't
Yeah.
call your mom and dad. If you're getting into trouble, that police officer hands you a phone, you call me."
Yeah.
So
Forgot about
yeah,
that. Yeah.
just know the situations, know your resources. That's a really hard thing to do sometimes. Is just, hey, wait a minute, what are my resources available right now for this thing I'm working on? And
Mhm.
even me as selling and trying to tell my referral partners and real estate agents, "Hey, did you know I have this, this, and this?" Actually, no, I didn't know that. Okay, well, how do I get what I have into my brain and then also out of my mouth to everyone else? So that's hard enough for us as a consumer. You are not expected to know all that stuff. So call us, you break it down, and then we, point you in the direction.
Yeah, I mean, I say all the time, like, I tell first-time home buyers, like, hey, ask as many questions as you can think of. As much as I might, in the back of my head, think this question's dumb, there are no dumb questions for you. Ask away, because what we do and everything that happens in the background is so
Complicated.
detailed and convoluted. Like, I'm not going to be able to sit here and go over 80 pages of legal talk about your policy with you. One, you're not going to pay attention. You're going to go somewhere else where they just give you a number. And two, I don't even understand 100% of it, nor do I have the capacity to read 80 pages to you. So I'm going to
Well,
give you the high
but
level view, what's important. But if you have any concerns or questions, you have to ask them. You
man,
just
your
have to ask the
service is
questions.
bad or something.
I'm on a computer.
Well, hopefully that caught on the recording, but service is slowing down, and I'm getting the kind of thing here every now and then. So let's wrap it up, just in case service sucks. But yeah, those are all great points. Um, Patience, relax. Everyone hates Aaron Rodgers now, but at the time they all thought it was funny when he's like RELAX on his ESPN when everyone said he sucks, and then they made it to the NFC Championship. So
He does
just
suck now,
chill.
but
Yeah, good press conference that day though. Hey, you guys are having a terrible start. Relax, we'll be fine. Boom, doing good. So it's the same with all these processes. It's a lot. Don't take it on yourself. In my business right now, I can't get to where I want to be tomorrow. It's not going to happen. So we have to do it a little bit at a time. 1% better every day is the goal.
mhm.
And so as a consumer, you're not going to know all this stuff. So lean on us, that's a good lesson, but be patient. There's a lot of marketing out there that sounds super sexy. Dive into the details. Make sure it's legit. If someone's offering you something that is half of what we're quoting, there's a catch. Things aren't cheaper magically.
Yeah. Plus, if you trusted us to come to us and get information, get quotes, get estimates or whatever, and I
Boy,
offer or we offer to review what you've seen elsewhere, like if it's better, I'm just going to tell you that's hey, that's a great deal.
well, but isn't it worth having two people fighting against each other, making sure it's legit, and then take the one that is actually legit. Get the explanation from both sides, see who's full of shit, see who's truly advising you. And especially if you send it to me and I say, that's legit, they beat me, then you know you're in a good spot.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's ever going to lie to you and tell you, yeah, I can't beat that. I don't think that's a lie.
No, yeah, for sure.
But
So just, we're resources. We're going to be around. We're not going to be these guys in these call centers that are there for, 6 months and then off to a different industry, let alone a different job. So use us, talk to us, talk to your pros. We're on your team. We want you to save.
yeah.
All right, well,
Well,
let's wrap it up though, because this is going to be interesting to see if the service has done well on this call or not. Yours has been funny a little bit.
it should be
So
fine. It's recording from my end. There's been no issue. You're the one that's freezing. But we'll wrap it there because you are frozen. So I'm going to stop the recording